Hey guys, in this video, we're gonna talk about the ridge hand. In this video, I wanna talk about a traditional technique that you see in traditional training, but you don't often really hear about it being used much, and that is the ridge hand. So what is the ridge hand? The ridge hand is referring to the strike where your thumb is tucked in, just like a chop, but you're using the opposite side. When you're chopping, you're using the outside edge of your hand as the striking surface. The ridge hand uses the inside edge. Your thumb is tucked under, whereas when you form a chop, it's more on the side. You're tucking the thumb further in so that it becomes, covered and protected, and you're using this bone right here on the inside of your palm as the striking surface. Now, traditionally, and the way I was taught, like in my early one-step sparring in Tangsudo, you see it where it's a straight strike. You're coming from out here and striking with a straight arm, like to the solar plexus or something. Or you see in breaking demonstrations, you'll see the guys, coming down this way and doing a break with their arm straight. That's asking for a shoulder or an elbow injury, because when you're talking about the force coming down, whether it's coming downward or coming this way, if you're looking and I'm striking somebody hard, my shoulder, the force is going this way, everything stops here. My hand is stopping, my shoulder's still gonna wanna keep going forward. Same thing, my elbow is pointed to the rear, I'm coming this way. If I hit this locked, I can just by pushing feel the tension on my elbow, torquing that elbow joint the wrong way. So you're asking for an injury. So if you're looking at it that way, then what's the use of the ridge hand? The ridge hand is effective, but it should be thrown more like you throw a hook, and it's a good tool to use in close. I'm working on getting some arms here for good old Bob. I know they have the jacket. I held off on getting it for a while now, and now I want one. And I went on Century and they're discontinued. They don't have any in stock. I went on Amazon. They also say they're out of stock and they don't know if or when they will ever get any back in. So I'm not sure if Century discontinued them. If they did, I'm gonna have to figure something else out, or maybe they are in the process of coming out with something better, who knows. But I want to get arms on Bob here because I train solo. That's what a lot of these videos are. That's what these videos are for, to show you methods of training solo, how I do it. And Bob having arms is critical, especially when you don't have a partner. I can train and pretend that he has his arms and move around, but I like and I want the actual arms. So back to what I was saying. So when you're inside using the ridge hand, if you're parrying a strike and you're stepping out, like say to 2 o'clock, you're checking that strike. Now I'm outside of this arm. I can bring that ridge hand up below his sight line and strike to the temple, to the side of the neck. And you're throwing it, you can either throw it, as kind of like a chopping here, which is more of a shocking thing, or if you want more power, you put that hip torque into it. You turn your hips and you throw it just like you'd throw a hook and come up, throwing it this way. You're still striking with the inside bone, but your elbow is bent, protecting your elbow. Your elbows are close into your body, like your hook. So you're not messing up your shoulder. It's not extended out here. You're keeping everything tight when you're striking, all right? Same thing if you ended up like way outside. You parry, you check, you can strike to the solar plexus, but you're not locking your arm out and hitting this way. It's a flipping over, coming up to the philtrum under the nose, the throat, or if you're in a clinch situation and you're in close and you're here you're tied up, you know, you're protecting your head, striking the back of the neck, supporting his head so it's not going anywhere, and striking to the back of the neck. Not a very powerful blow, but by holding his head in place so that it doesn't move forward, because if I'm striking the back of his neck and I don't have my hand here, I'm talking about banging his head into mine. I don't want that unless I want to headbutt him. But you want to, if you're in close, get your hand up, hold his head in place, or even push it back, and striking with the ridge hand. So the ridge hand is a practical technique, but you got to change the way you use it. Forget the traditional ways, the straight arm, the locked elbows, forget that. Use it kind of like your hook. You have the hook, the ridge hand, they're thrown almost the same way. The hook is more body. The ridge hand, you're still the same type of movement, but you're also snapping it at the elbow, rolling it over, because if you're coming from down here, you're coming below the sight line, which makes it even more effective, and coming up, striking with this inside bone. So that is how I apply and use the ridge hand. I don't do it the traditional way that I was originally taught, because to me it makes no sense. So let me know what you think of this video. If you use the ridge hand, if you use it in other ways, of course you can always come up in the groin too, striking from underneath. There's various ways. You're only limited by your imagination. But make sure that that thumb is tucked under, because if not, you're talking about possibly dislocating your thumb, injuring your hand. Be sure that your elbows are close. You're not out here, none of this anymore, so that you protect your shoulder and your elbow. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you're notified every time new videos come out. And if you haven't already, go to my website, kevinwputala.com, and subscribe there, because my blog is the other place that I put information out. I have articles, and not everything in the blog is covered here on the YouTube channel. The website is my online home. It is my headquarters. It is my dojo. Be sure to subscribe there, because everything that comes out there, I can shoot it directly to your inbox. I do not spam. I hate spam. And I will not spam you. Your email is safe. And I only send you stuff that I think you will find helpful in your journey, in your training, in your walk with God, and manhood God's way. That's it for this training video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up so that other people can see it. Leave a comment if you got any questions, comments. Let me know if you use the ridge hand in your style, or how you practice. And if you have any questions, as always, be sure to put them down below. I'll get right back to you. That's what we're here for, to encourage, inspire, and help each other in this journey. So God bless, stay safe, stay healthy. I pray each and every one of you and your families are safe and staying safe during this time and this pandemic. Take it serious. Take it serious, because the scary thing about this pandemic is you don't know you have it until it's too late. And you know, you got loved ones that are high risk. You want to take it serious. So until next week, God bless, keep training, keep in the word, and we'll see you next week.